Darshika wrote theory. Rashi said thank you. Good words. Using th. Next, please write the phonogram hua. Thoughtful children. Nice, Nitha. Please write the phonogram hua. And Devon's, to answer your question once again, yes, the clownfish and sea anemone one should be help, but it was correctly marked. I mean, it was incorrectly marked on the test, which I just fixed. But just be patient. If you aren't automatically getting credit for it, just be patient because I have to take a look at it. Okay. It sounds like some of you thought I said qua, but I said hua. And Darshika, you wrote the phonogram correctly, but the word with actually is just with a wa, not hua. Whale is a good example of that, Arima. And whipped, like sadly a lot of horses are. That's a good one, Saisanov, that uses it well. So this one is hua, not qua. Devont wrote what? That's a good word use of that one. And whimsical, I love that word, Drishya. Okay, please write a few words next that go with this phonogram, starting with wholesome. Please write wholesome, one of our spelling words. Wholesome. Should look like this. Please hold it up when you're done. Adarsh, Rihanna, make sure you're holding it up after each one that you're writing. And Adarsh, remember, bud, that we need to wear our uniform when we come to our virtual class every day, okay? If we have a little bit of a moment for a break, I'd like you to go put that shirt on, okay? Next, please write whistle. Whistle is the way we think to spell it because there's a silent T. Whistle. Yes, Saisanov?
In wholesome, in the some word is the, I thought the silent finally is in job 4.
Job 4 is for syllables that have only consonants. Wholesome, it's a job 1 because it's just saying wholesome is the way we would think to spell it. But we do say in it, a vowel sound there. Wholesome, wholesome. Here's whistle. Next, write whistling. Whistling is the way we think to spell it. And Sai wrote it already. Good job. Yes, Tricia?
I have an appointment I have an eye doctor appointment, and so I have to leave at 1:30.
Okay, I am recording it right now so that whenever you leave, you can just watch the rest of the video later.
I don't need to do, I can't do the small groups, even though it's the day I do small groups, but I can do the whole class.
Okay, don't worry about that for small groups. It's okay. Okay, whistling. Arjun, you're not allowed to unmute yourself without permission. I need everyone to stay focused on just spelling right now. Yes, ma'am? We're all over the place, kind of distracted by other things going on, but I need you to stay focused on just our spelling right now. Okay. Next, please write the word We're just going to transition to all spelling words that we're reviewing now. Please write wrestle. We think to spell restole. Another one with a silent T. Restole. Excellent job, Drisha, Arjun, Rashi. I'm still waiting for others to hold it up. Please hold it up when you're done. Thank you, Shatish and Darshika. Sai. And good job for wrestling. That's spelled correctly with the same pattern, even though that one is not a spelling word, but you got it. Restole looks like this. Same spelling pattern at the end as whistle. Okay, let's do one more. Occupy. Occupy. Devonch, you don't need to ask permission. You just can get markers or whatever you need. Okay, I see a couple of misspellings for occupy. Remember to double that. Occupy. We have I-E at the end of this word. Occupy. This is what it should look like. Occupy. Okay, that's all for the review today. Now, please take out your binder for a new lesson. Is it raining at anybody's houses? I know it's supposed to rain, but I don't have a window, so I haven't seen. No? Some people say yes. Is that a check mark, Rashi? Okay. Okay, so let's start our new spelling lesson for today. Our first word today comes from the same base word as circle. In Latin, the word circum means around or about. Circum. Would you say circum? Circum, around or about. Now the word circle comes from it, and two words today also come from that base word. The first one is, do you know what it is, Sai?
I think it's going to be
What do you think it is?
circling.
Ooh, good guess. Not circling. Circumference. Has anybody heard that word before? Okay.
That was circulation.
Arima has. Okay, so circumference is the distance around something. In math, we use this to talk about the distance around a circle. So you know how like with a rectangle, you find the perimeter of a shape by finding how much distance there is around the shape? You count up the sides, add up how long it is. Well, circumference is a word we use specifically for circles. How much distance is there around the circle? If we had a piece of string that was 12 inches long, 1 foot, that circled all the way around, that would be a circumference of 12 inches. So the word is circumference. Would you sound it out with me? Circumference. 4 syllables. What are the sounds in the first syllable? S, 2 sounds. We use k-s. For the second sound, s. And the R of bird, just like circle. Now in the second syllable, what sounds do you hear? K, 3 sounds. Basic code. Next syllable, what do you hear? I'm going to have to turn the chat off. These are good comments, but I want you to stay focused on what our new word is. Circumference. What do you hear in the next syllable? 2 sounds. This time we use the R of her. And finally, circumference. What sounds do you hear? S, 3 sounds. We have another k saying its second sound because of a silent final E job 3. So 3 letter C's, circumference. Pick up your pencil and write it, please. Circumference is the word. Sound it out as you write. Circumference. Syllable break. Syllable break. Syllable break. Silent final E. Circumference. Give yourself a pat on the back. Envelop yourself in a hug if you got that right, because that was a hard one. Nice, Devansh and Kshitish. Enveloping yourself in a hug. Did anybody envelop their parents in a hug yesterday after talking about that? Oh, good. I like to hear. If you give your parents big hugs, hey, if you had any mistakes, this is the time to correct it. In our first syllable, how do we mark it? Show me with your arms. Your hands. Second sound of k-s. Next, earlier bird. Basic code over here. Circumference. 2 on top. The silent finally is a job 3. Sai, did you have something to say?
Yeah. I think I'll do circled. Circled.
That's what you thought it was going to be? Okay, so circumference, this is a noun. Next word is also going to come from circum, this Latin word. Our next word is circumstance. Would you all say circumstance? Okay, circumstance. Circumstance is the events around an issue. Like if there's a circumstance where we have snow, looks like it's not going to snow after all tomorrow, but it was predicted that it might. In the circumstance that there's snow, you're already home, so we don't have a snow day. Does that make any of you sad that you wouldn't have snow day? It's still fun though, because you get to play in the snow. Circumstance. Or there are unusual circumstances in the year 2020 because we have to stay at home more and you all are doing virtual learning. It's an unusual circumstance this year. Okay, circumstance. Would you say it with me? Circumstance. 3 syllables. Now the first 2 syllables are exactly like what we just wrote. So let's just sound out syllable 3. S, t, a, n, s. 5 sounds. Arima and Nethra are doing a good job of sounding it out with me. I want everybody else to do it too. S, t, a, n, s. 5 sounds. It's basic code, except for the last one is a k, s, followed by silent final E. Job 3, like circumference, same ending. Pick up your pencil and write circumstance. Circumstance. Syllable break. K, syllable break. St, s. Silent final E. Circumstance. Envelop yourself in another hug if you got that one right, because that's another tricky one. Great job if you got that right. Circumstance. Oh, Shatij, don't hurt yourself. Looks like you're hugging yourself so tight you're about to hurt yourself. That's cute. Okay, circumstance. First syllable, same markings. Second syllable, same markings. No markings. And over here to the next syllable, circumstance. 2 on top. Silent final E, job 3. This word's also a noun. Okay. Next word is material. Would you say material? Material. I know, Sai, you like to guess what's next, and you do a good job of thinking of things on theme, but this one doesn't really go with it. Material is what things are made of. Like the material of a lot of your shirts is a cotton. Although Devanch, he's got the material of his jacket like a rain material, kind of slick, right? Like a windbreaker material. Darsh, you got a cotton shirt, I believe. Your material is cotton. Oh, plus sequins. Now, Darsh, you were supposed to wear, but this is a good opportunity to talk about. I think it's sequins that are changing colors on a Darsh's shirt. That's the material. I'm wearing a soft sweater made of wool. So warm. Material is what things are made of. Your desks probably are made of a wood material or a fake wood. Many of you. Okay. Oh, Darshika, that material is, can't tell what you're holding up.
It's not soft, but it's kind of like a soft. It's not.
So material actually comes from the base word matter, which, like in science, we've talked about matter being the things that other things are made of. Matter, it's what everything is made of. So this word material, we think to spell it as material. And it has that same al suffix that we've seen in national, exceptional, political, all of those. It's that same al suffix. Material is the way we think to spell it. Sound it out with me. Material, 4 syllables. Again, and Sai, I need you to stay focused on the word now. Material, 4 syllables. What sounds do you hear in the first one? A, 2 sounds. That's A in an open syllable. Next syllable, what do you hear? T, E, 2 sounds. E is in an open syllable, saying its name. Next syllable, what do you hear? E, 2 sounds. That's it, I-E, saying its third sound. And finally, the al suffix, al. Material. Please pick up your pencil and write it. Material. Remember, the re syllable is in it-I-E. A syllable break. T, E syllable break. E syllable break. O. Material. Who spelled it correctly? Great job if so. Unlike the word matter, this one has just 1 T, so make sure you've got that. Okay, we say material. Would you say material? Material. That's how we would pronounce it if we were reading this in a book. So, good job, Arima. Thinking cap on that. A-A-aw. Material. What do we do next, Rushi? Material. E says its name. That's right. Material. I-E. Third sound. And over here, material. Just like always, that al suffix. Put a thinking cap on it. Okay. We've got one more word. This one's a noun, by the way. Another noun. Okay. Our last word today is mere. Would you all say mere? Mere. Mere is an adjective meaning like a little bit. Like there is a mere chance of snow tomorrow. Or there was a mere sprinkling of sprinkles on the donut. Or there is just a mere amount or a mere sprinkling of rain today. Means a small amount. Okay, so the word mere, sound out with me. Mere, one syllable. What are the sounds in this word? E, r. Mere, 3 sounds. E says its name because of a silent final E job 1 in this word. Some of you might have thought of meerkat, by the way. That's spelled differently. That's with EW always says E. But this one is silent final E job 1. Pick up your pencil and write mere. Mere. E, r. Silent final E. Short and simple. As long as we remember it's a silent final E that makes E say its name. Okay, let's mark it. E says its name because of silent final E job 1. And the is part of the vowel consonant vowel pattern. This one's an adjective. Okay, time for a dictated sentence now. For a dictated sentence, let's write, do you know the circumference of the circle? Do you know the circumference of the circle? Would you say it back to me? Do you know the circumference of the circle? Write it out. And then as soon as you're done writing that sentence, you can make a sentence of your own. Chris, you're doing a great job of saying it back to me. I want everyone to make sure they're actually saying the sentence.
One more time.
Do you know the circumference of the circle? Click raise hand as soon as you're done with your sentence, please, so I can see when we're ready to continue on. But you can also write a sentence of your own when you're done. I'm still waiting for quite a few people to raise their hands. Remember to put that up as soon as you're done with the sentence I gave, even if you're still working on a sentence of your own. Because I want to make sure everybody's done with this sentence. Rashi, Ahana, Saisanov, are you still working on it?
I'm done.
Okay. Do you know the circumference of the circle? Question mark. Okay, so I'd love to hear some sentences you created. Devansh, would you share yours? And now you can all click lower hand. Uh-oh. You left the meeting. Sai, would you share yours?
My sentence is, I have a material jacket. I have a thick material jacket.
A thick material jacket. Nice. Or you could say, what might sound a little bit more proper is, I have a jacket made of a thick material. Devansh, do you want to share yours now?
I couldn't make one.
You couldn't make one. How about you make one right now? Just think of one.
Can you call on someone else while I think of my sentence?
Yes, absolutely. Rihanna, could you tell one?
The circumstances that a new episode of his Dark Material is coming out are big. And give me a donut that's not just merely a donut with no frosting.
Nice. Both really good sentences using circumstance and mirror. Okay, let's hear from also Darshika, and then we'll get back to Devansh.
Your circumstances are merely about to be increased, but your material is very bad. You need to develop your material.
Wow, Darshika, that was a great use of those words.
Yeah, and I found out.
And you made mirror into an adverb.
I have heard the word merely, so I thought mere is the word it came from.
You're exactly right. That shows that's very advanced, Darshika, to turn it into an adverb like that. Well done. Okay, now Devansh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom and dad got me a donut, but I couldn't eat it because it was made out of material that was wood.
Oh, gross. That's funny. Okay, let's hear one more from Drishya, and then we're going to actually keep our paper out for well-uttered language today. Go ahead, Drishya.
Material she used to measure the circumference of the circle was cotton.
Oh, nice. The material she was using was cotton to measure the circumference of a circle. Okay, we're going to write on the same page some sentences to analyze together because today we're just reviewing for our subject pronoun test, which will be tomorrow. Let's take a little bit of a moment to stretch and move around and sing our jingles before we write out some sentences to analyze, though. Oh, time for stretching, moving around. And I'd love for some people to sing the songs about pronouns, subject pronouns, and antecedents for us. Would anybody like to sing the pronoun jingle, which starts like, a pronoun is? Nethra, could you sing it for us?
A pronoun is a part of speech used in place of a noun or nouns. A pronoun is a part of speech used in place of a noun or nouns. A pronoun is a part of speech.
Great job, Nethra. That was excellent. You got the tune just right. Could I have a volunteer sing the subject pronoun song now? Krish, would you like to do that for us?
Subject pronouns are, in the nominative case, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Subject pronouns are, in the nominative case, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they.
Nice job. Yeah, you can do it one more time. Nice job, Krish. Let's say all those subject pronouns together. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. And finally, who wants to tackle the antecedent jingle? The antecedent is a noun, clause, or phrase. Who can do it for us? Rihanna, I'd love you to do it for us.
The antecedent is a noun, clause, or phrase to which the pronoun refers. If the antecedent is singular, then the pronoun is singular too. But if the noun, clause, or phrase is plural, then the pronoun must be plural too. The antecedent determines which pronoun is used.
Ba-bum-bum. Great job, Rihanna. Okay. To review for tomorrow's test, I do want you to review those songs, sing them for your family members maybe. So you've got to listen to me because I've got a test tomorrow and I need to know my jingles. Okay, so we also are going to just review how to analyze sentences with subject pronouns. So follow along in your binder. I'm going to have you write out a couple of sentences for us to analyze together. Okay, let's start off with one about Androcles and the lion, which we read about earlier this week. Androcles and the lion. Instead of saying Androcles, we'll say he, using that as a subject pronoun. He befriended, which means to make someone your friend. The fierce lion. The lion was no longer very fierce after Androcles helped him out. He befriended the fierce lion. Would anybody like to volunteer to analyze this sentence, which has a subject pronoun? Arjun, would you like to do it for us?
Yeah, just 1 second. Almost done. Yeah, so he is the subject, that's the pronoun. Befriended is the predicate verb because he befriended. Lion is the direct object. Lion is the direct object, and then fierce indeed described lion. Fierce is the lion, and the is the lion. Both are adjectives.
Excellent. Both are adjectives, so no adverbs in this sentence.
And isn't it
Well done.
the, a, and an are article adjectives, and
Yeah.
no, not, and never are adverbs, articles?
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, those are ones that you can simply memorize. Not and never are adverbs. The, a, and an are all.
What about no?
adjectives.
What about no?
That one depends. That can be used as an adjective, actually. Like there were no ducks. How many ducks? No,
Yeah, I
none.
understand. No ducks.
It kind of can mean how many. Okay, let's do another one. Actually, would anybody like to volunteer to create a sentence with a subject pronoun? And I may have to adapt it a little bit in case there are some words we don't know how to analyze. But Krish, could you tell us a sentence that we could analyze?
Okay, let me think of one. She was kind to the animals.
He was kind to the animals. Okay, we unfortunately can't do that one exactly because there's a prepositional phrase. So let me see if I can adapt it.
Oh yeah, two.
Exactly, to is a preposition. Good. How about
Or she adopted the animals.
he what?
She adopted the animals.
Oh, I love it. She adopted the animals. Do you want to add an adverb in there too?
Okay.
How about she lovingly
She adopted. She adopted the animals sweetly
Oh,
or
she
kindly.
adopted the animals sweetly. That's a good one. Ahana, would you like to analyze this sentence for us?
Can you hold on? I just need to write the whole entire sentence right now. So, she is our subject. Adopted is our predicate verb. Animals is our dear O. Sweetly describes how she adopted the animal, so that's the adverb. D describes the animal, so that's the adjective.
Great job. I like that you skipped over went over to animals, because we should always find our direct object before we find words to modify it. Great job. Okay, and that's all we're going to do for well-ordered language today. You have a test tomorrow, and today for independent practice, there are 3 sentences, kind of like these that you'll do on notebook paper. You don't have to upload a picture of that, though, okay? You don't have to upload your work. And we are also going to, once again, have a review game for math and science. But before we do that, take out your orthography notebooks. Let's go ahead and write our words from orthography today. Okay. Oh, and I forgot, we haven't done roots yet. We've got that to do as well. We'll do that as soon as we're done with orthography. Okay, the first word to write in your orthography notebook is circumference. Please write circumference. Next is circumstance. Circumstance. Then write material. And finally, mirror. Okay. That's all we're going to do for sorting today. Once you're done with that, we're going to take out our roots and write down the last of our words for the week for video. Who remembers what video means? Brianna?
The picture part of watching TV.
Oh, good. Well, video, which is one of the derivatives, means that. What about just the Latin word?
Vision?
Very close. See. Just to see. So video, anytime you see a word that comes from this Latin word, it has to do with vision or seeing. Video was one of the words that we learned, and as Rihanna just said, it's the picture portion of television. Television was another derivative that we learned. Television, strangely enough, comes from a Greek word and a Latin word. What does television mean? Nethra?
Seeing
you remember what-
things from far away.
Good. Seeing things from far away, or it's a machine for seeing things that are far away. Very good. Since tele means far away or distant, and this means seeing. Okay.
What is the meaning for video?
It was the
Invisible.
picture portion of television.
Invisible is our next one.
After that, visible.
Oh, don't take a look at that yet. Okay. Now for the next one, who knows what we might.
What's the word that you just said?
Tricia, you can't unmute yourself. That's interrupting right now. Okay, who thinks they know what we might say for a word meaning not able to see? Rashi?
Visible. Invisible.
Invisible. Good job. Now, in is a prefix meaning not, or it sometimes means inside. So this one means not able to be seen, because visible means you can see it. Invisible means you cannot see it. Invisible.
How many cards?
Sweetheart, you can't interrupt without permission. Invisible means not to be seen. Not to be seen. Okay. For our next word, and I'll write that one in the chat, evidence comes from this word video, resume. Now, evidence is like a detective seeing some things and figuring out or deducing his guesses from what he sees. Has anybody seen or read like some Sherlock Holmes or Nancy Drew or Hardy Boys, maybe Encyclopedia Brown? Some of those good mystery and detective stories have evidence. Can anybody think of an example of some evidence that somebody has seen? Tricia?
Footprints.
Good. So some footprints might be evidence. What might they be evidence of? What could maybe somebody figure out from footprints? Yes, Tricia?
They could figure out, like with the size of the footprint, they could figure out what age they are and
maybe of a type of animal that was there.
yeah, or who if someone stole something, you can figure out
Where they went,
who
maybe.
did that. And
yeah, very good.
Can I tell you a fun fact?
Sure.
Like, actually, when dinos walked the earth back then, they left footprints in the mud. And when they did, and now they turned into fossils, right? And with the footprints, the paleontologist can actually find out how big it was, how much it weighed, and what was its age.
Very good. It's kind of like, with a horse, we were able to see in the chapter today, you could figure out a horse's age from its teeth. That's right. So with animals, you can look at footprints to find out details of them as well. Arima, did you have another example of evidence? And by the way, this is out of what one can see, meaning we can figure out something based off of what we see.
No, it was just like what I thought evidence meant.
What would you describe evidence as?
Information?
Yeah, a lot of times it is information. Like information we see that helps us. Ahana?
My way of describing evidence is like proof.
Proof is a really good synonym. Yeah, that would be good to be a synonym for evidence. Okay, the last derivative that we're going to learn, and after we're done with this next one, we can staple them all together. Is advise. Now, to advise means to give advice. And basically, it means that you are seeing some information and then telling someone what you think based off of it. For example, if your parents saw that it was going to be 35 degrees and they saw you walking into the kitchen and you're about to go over to the garage and get in the car with short sleeve shirt and some sandals on, what might they advise you after seeing you wear short sleeves and sandals? What might they advise you? Nethra?
They might say, put socks and shoes on and wear a full sleeved shirt.
And
Very good. Shatish?
Well, first thing, 35 degrees. What are you talking about? Fahrenheit or Celsius? Because at my house we use Celsius.
Oh, good point. I meant Fahrenheit.
Oh, so
That's pretty cold in Fahrenheit. It's almost freezing.
wear a thick jacket or something.
Yeah, wearing a jacket would be good advice. So to advise means to look and tell your view. Basically, in that example, your parents would look at you wearing just summer clothes and tell their view. Tell, hey, you're going to be freezing if you are outside in almost freezing weather with summer clothes on. And they'll tell their point of view to you. So to advise means you look and then tell your view. Okay. You should be done with all of those, and now we should have 6 cards total stapled together. Okay. So we have a science test today. We also have a math test, and I have a little Kahoot game that I'd like for us to play to review. I hope it's going to work this way. I know before there weren't the questions showing up for all of you, and I think I figured it out so that it will work. But before we do that, I'd like to do a little bit of a quick warm up with some multiplication review. Would you all take out your whiteboard and marker? Okay, and actually, I know some of you have used this other times. You might be able to help me out with this. I'm going to present it over so you can show me.
Oh, I did have my birthday. I had to do something.
I know for virtual classrooms, which is what we are, this is an option that where people can have access to play this way, but I don't think you'll end up having the questions with that option. So I think you're going to have to do the self-paced learning. Does anybody know?
Yeah, I did the teaching one at my birthday party, so I think you're supposed to do a sign. Because on the teaching, we all got like 4 teams or something, and then we on the TV, and then we casted it. and then on the phone you have to see the TV to see the answers, and then just squares happen.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we tried at the beginning of the year, and it wasn't working because people couldn't see the screen was the problem.
Team versus team is what I did with my birthday. So I think player versus player.
Nice. Okay, we'll try it out one way, and if that doesn't work, we'll just try it the other way. But for right now, let's just do a quick little warm-up with some multiplication practice. Hold up just the answer to the multiplication problem when I give it to you. 4 times 8. Just the answer. 4 times 8. I'm not seeing everybody's cameras, but I'm seeing some correct answers. Well done. Santa Ahna, do you have your answer? The answer is 32. Great job. Okay, now show me the answer for the question. 9 times 6. 9 times 6. Great job. Krish, 9 times 6. Write it on your whiteboard. 54. Great job for those of you who got it. Next, please write the answer for 8 times 3. 8 times 3. Nice job, 24. Next up, please write the answer for 7 times 2. Great work. Next, 7 times 7. Excellent, should be 49. Next, 8 times 5. 8 times 5. Rian, it looks like you wrote 8 times 12. 8 times 5 is 40. Great job.
I wrote
Let's do
40, but
some
I was
quick
just so
division.
quick.
Let's do some division. You ready? 36 divided by 12. 12 times what is 36? 3. Good job. Next, please write 60 divided by 6. 60 divided by 6. 10. Good job. Next, 24 divided by 3. 24 divided by 3. 3 times what is 24? Great job. Let's do another. 32 divided by 8. Well done. Okay, now I think we're ready for Kahoot. You can erase your board now, and let's try this classic one. And if it doesn't work, we're gonna have to do self-paced, but okay. So we can join at www.kahoot.it. And here's the pin.
I'm 090.
Okay. I would prefer if you all can write your actual name, but it's okay if you've got something different. What's the reason for 090?
Because I'm gonna get first place
space, and I'm already 9 years old. I'm gonna turn
Oh.
9 years old.
That's cute.
January is my birthday.
Wait, is that number the game pin?
Yep, that's the game pin.
090.
709-6557. The one that I put in the chat. That's the game pin. Looks like Darshika's in.
Miss, they're saying it's the wrong pin.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the wrong pin since some people are already in. Just be careful as you type it in.
I understand there shall be no spaces.
Yeah, that's what
There's
If you keep spaces, it's wrong. You have to keep 0 spaces.
Okay, sorry. It looks like there should be a space looking at it, so.
Okay.
In Kahoot, I usually do it. First, it has spaces, but there aren't any spaces in Kahoot. The space is not. It marks it as a number.
Hey, shut it, God.
I'm Little Kitty.
Am I in? Did you see me?
No, it'll be, and you just,
My name
I don't see Katuj, but I don't know. Maybe you've got a different name.
My name is Kshitij Garg, all caps.
It's not in here yet.
Wait,
Is
I
mine
leave once.
Is
I'll
mine
try it
in?
again.
I see Nethra, Avatar, Go Kitty, Saisanov, Kahoot, COVID A9, Arima's Army, Natalie, PK Star, and 090.
Wait, the
You
code-
should be able to see it as well. When I have that screen presented, you can click on it. I'll just wait a couple more minutes and then we'll start.
the COVID one is me.
Okay.
Am I in now?
No, I don't see Kshitij yet.
But
It tells your username in the top. It says in the top. And see if your
what?
I'm not able to see my username at the top. Yeah.
We'll have to start it even if not everybody's quite ready. There's 13 people in so far. So it looks like we might just be missing one.
Wait,
is
I think
not
that's
in yet?
me. I'm not in. It's no, my name's not on the screen.
I'm sorry, Kshitij. Okay, we're gonna have to start and you can just watch this time.
Okay.
Okay, now let's click start. I hope it'll work.
Wait, it says getting ready on my screen.
Okay, Kshitij, you've got to mute yourself now. 9 times 4. Choose the correct answer.
No, it's not coming. We have to switch screens.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like there's enough time for you guys though, because 12 people already answered. Okay, 10 of you got it correct. Good job. 9 times 4 is 36. Next. And Darshika was the fastest. Way to go, Darshika. Correct answer and the fastest to get it in. Okay, next. 8 times 6 equals what? You've got 20 seconds, so hopefully that's enough time to choose the answer and then go over to your screen. Just waiting for one more.
Because we
Yep.
can't see the answers, can you read out all the answers that we can choose?
You know what, sweetheart? It looks like there's enough time for everybody, so I'll just have you switch back and forth between screens. Okay, next. Eight times 8. 56, 64, 72, and 60. I guess I'll just go in order from left to right, top to bottom. But I think you should have enough time to switch back and forth between tabs.
Miss Garner, I'm on my iPad. That's why
Nice.
I can see the screen and
12 of you got it right. Good job. Next one. Blank divided by 6 equals 7. Remember with these that we multiply to get the right answer. What number divided by 6 equals 7? $42. We multiply to get that right answer. Oh, sorry, I forgot I have to click next. Okay, next question. 6 times 5 times 3 is equal to blank times 15. So multiply 2 of those to get 15. And then what's the other number? The answer is 6. 8 of you got it right. Good job. So we do this by solving 5 times 3 equals the 15 part, and then 6 is the other number that will be multiplied. Okay, Krish is in the lead right now. COVID A9 is in second place. 3 times 8. 22, 24, 18, or 25? Three times 8. Okay, you guys were quick with that one. 24. Everybody got it right. Good job.
Can you see me? I think I'm supposed to be in 5th or 6th.
I don't see you. No. Okay, next question. 7, 14, blank, 28, 35. What number goes in the blank? 21, 23, 18, or 7? Which number goes in the blank? The answer, 21. Every person got that right. Good job. Next question, science question. Populations that live in the same place at the same time. Is it abiotic, community, population, or biotic? This is a question on the science test. Which one is populations that live in the same place at the same time? Community is the correct answer. Every person got it right. Good job. Physical things and conditions that surround a living thing. Ecosystem, symbiosis, earth, or photosynthesis. Which one is physical things and conditions that surround a living thing? Still waiting for one person. Ecosystem is the correct answer. 8 of you got it right. Good job. COVID A9 has taken the lead. A group of organisms that can mate and produce offspring. So they have to be the same what? Habitat, community, the sun, or species. They are able to mate and produce offspring. Good job, species. All but one got that right. Every organism in a habitat has its own role, or what? Is it niche, community, ecosystem, or relationship? What is the other word for having its own role? Niche is the correct answer. Or niche is another way that some people will say it. Means that they have their own special place.
That's how Miss Gardner says it. I mean, Miss Campbell.
So, niche, some people say it that way, but it's actually a French word, and the French say the CH as a sh sound. So it should technically be niche, but some people say niche. Okay. And finally, the struggle for resources. What do we call the struggle for resources? Symbiosis, competition, abiotic factors, or ecosystem? Whoa, you guys were fast with that one. Okay, competition is the right answer. I think that's the last one. Yes, oh, here's the podium. I hate COVID is in third place. Oh, I know. Krish is in second. And top place is COVID A9, aka AR. Who's that? Arjun Raja. Oh, that makes sense. AR.
I meant just Arjun, and then for the A9, I meant 19. I meant COVID-19, aka Arjun, but I don't think it could fit that much in.
Okay, that makes sense. So COVID A9, Arjun.
Who's in fourth and fifth place?
I don't know if I can see that. Who's I hate COVID? And you guys got 75% correct. Well done.
I got everything correct.
When all of the people are there, the runners up come that are fourth and fifth, and fourth was DK Star.
Yeah, I think that Darshika was in third.
In the fifth? Who's in fifth place?
Very happy.
And Natalie. Is that you, Rihanna? Natalie? Okay. Well, that's all for the game. We'll definitely do those again now that I see that Kahoot can work pretty well. It's not just Nearpod that we are able to use. So that's a good way to practice all of our things that we're reviewing together. So today in Bright Thinker, you've got your science test. And once again, I'll look over the details of that symbiosis question, especially the one on the sea anemone and the clownfish, because that one should be a help-help relationship. Who remembers how that's a help-help relationship? How does it help both of them? Rashi?
It helps the sea, what's it called again? The sea
anemone.
Sea anemone. Because like the clownfish like scare away other sea animals. And also the clownfish also can hide in the sea anemone. From other predators.
Very good. So the sea anemone provides the fish food, and the fish cleans the anemone, and yeah, it provides shelter too. Okay, so for that science test, a lot of that is just basic vocabulary. If you haven't taken the test yet, please make sure you review your notes and the study guide to see the correct answers for all of that vocabulary. And then there's a bunch of multiple choice questions asking about, for example, predators and prey. Remember that prey is what the predators are seeking and going after. Some questions about consumers versus producers versus decomposers. Ordering the steps of the nitrogen cycle in photosynthesis. Okay, so those are just putting the arrows in the correct order. Devansh, did you have a question about the science test?
Yeah. For the question that said, Dad plant an animal, matter decomposes, which was blank in the soil. I thought it was nutrition, but there's no nutrition as an example. Because
So if there's ever a time when the answer isn't quite what you thought it was, choose the next best answer. Well, even if that thing that you were thinking of might be one of the options, what is the best option of the ones that are available? Okay? So, boys and girls, that is what you'll do for your science test. If you have any individual questions, you can email me. For example, if there's a question where you thought you got the answer correctly, and maybe I had a problem on the test side where the wrong answer was checked, which is what happened with that symbiosis question. So just email me if that's the case. If it seems like it should be the correct answer, but it's actually marked as wrong. You can always let me know. In the math test, I think it should be very straightforward. You'll write simply the numbers. And there's a few multiple choice questions where you'll just choose the correct answer. So with both of those, you should automatically get a score. It won't come to me. It'll automatically give you your score for those. Yes, Krish? Okay. For literacy, once again, you've got a test tomorrow for well-ordered language. So make sure you look over your songs and do the 3 sentences for well-ordered language. For reading, we are going to do a test for Black Beauty next Monday. So for the next 2 days of the week, we're going to be reviewing the last few parts of the test of the book and then going over the answers on Friday. And then Monday is the actual test. After that, we're going to start the book Princess and the Goblin. How many of you have already gotten that book? I know some of you have the actual book. Great. Arjun's got it right there. Darshika, excellent. So you'll be able to read
all of them.
Great. And Farmer Boy and Jungle Book, yes, will be right after that. I hope all of you are also enjoying the books that you're reading for book reports. I know a lot of you have turned in your book reports already, but if you haven't yet, make sure you're finishing up that book. You've got about 2 weeks to finish your books for the book report. Would anybody like to share the book that they're reading for the book report and explain if you'd recommend it to your classmates? Darshika?
I'm reading Percy Jackson this year.
Nice.
And I'm
The first one?
Like the 7th. Yeah, I have never read Percy Jackson, and I already watched the Narnia, so I wanted to start a new book this year. So then the Percy Jackson is kind of like a literature and historic book, and it's about gods and goddesses. That's why I really like it.
So it's not history, but it does teach you about the gods and goddesses, which are part of what we learn in history with Greece and Rome. So yeah, it definitely has a good connection to what we're learning in history, but also it's just a good story. If you like Percy Jackson, I hope you'll like Princess and the Goblin too, because it's a fantasy series like Percy Jackson.
Yeah, I love those books. I love fantasy and history.
Excellent. And it looks like many of you have Kenny and the Dragon, which you are welcome to read for the book
on the
report.
next one.
Yeah, that's a great idea to do it for the next one. It's not on the list, but it is a great book that you can read for the book report.
I'm on page 82.
Nice. Okay, Drisha, what about you? What are you reading for the book report?
I'm actually reading the book The Whipping Boy.
Oh.
And It's really good.
What is it about?
Well, it's about this prince who's really bad and like naughty, and there's also this other boy in this castle because you can't, spank a kid prince. So they have this other boy who is really a pauper, and he's the one who he gets a lot of whips every day in return for food and clothes and good stuff and home in the castle.
That sounds really sad.
And the prince doesn't want to live, like Prince doesn't want to be like that, so he just escapes, and then they find two robbers. They get caught.
Nice. So are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. It sounds like a really interesting story. I haven't actually read that one before.
But it's sad.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Does anybody else want to share what they're reading for book report right now?
Just because the boy who is getting the spanks doesn't, scream or scream or cry when they spank him, the prince scolds him, and that he will go back to where he used to live.
Okay. Arjun, what are you reading?
So I'm reading the Chronicles of Narnia. I mean, I haven't read the whole entire series. I'm only on book 2, and that's the only one I've read. And it's about I think four kids, 2 girls and 2 boys. 2 of them are small and 2 of them are big. And then there's this world called Narnia. And then there's this person called the White Witch. And then there are these fawns, which are people with like goat heads and like human bodies or something. I forgot. The White Witch is actually a queen. She's a bad queen. Even though I have no idea how Edmund went to her, right?
So they go into this place called Narnia through a wardrobe, and they wander in there, and he ends up meeting her.
Yeah, but then how did the witch not she was giving him Turkish delight and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was trying to trick him and go make him into trap, and so
that's what I thought.
She knows they're powerful and they will be the queen and kings, so she's trying to trap them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
She's afraid that they want to be.
She wanted
the dwarf was big.
The children to get into stone.
In the first book,
the
they have these rings which Uncle Andrew gives them, and so then they put those rings on, and then they go inside of that place.
And the dwarf.
Yep. And
the dwarf. I think the White Queen was just to act kind in front of Edmund, tell him to not whip the horses, and Edmund, I can't believe he didn't believe Lucy when he actually saw her in the wardrobe. And then Lucy went up.
I know,
crying.
it's sad because he should have believed her, but he was doing it just to be mean.
And then Peter got really mad when he started going.
And he wanted to keep it a secret, yeah. Adarsh, what are you reading for the book report?
And Peter and Susie didn't try to be mean. They just kind of didn't believe.
Oh, okay. Adarsh, make sure you choose one quickly because we've got 2 weeks left to finish.
Okay.
On chapter 7, I think, or 6.
Sounds like a lot of people love the Narnia book, so you could read that. Yes, Krish?
Sid said he doesn't like the Narnia books.
And also, I'm reading a book called Stone Fox.
Stone Fox, how is that?
It's kind of good.
Rocky has it too.
It's like when there's 2 characters, Little Willie and Grandfather. And Little Willie, they usually do this. Grandfather, if he doesn't wake on time, his breakfast is in the chicken's house. He has to go get it. One day when he was sleeping, his grandfather didn't wake him up. So Little Willie came up to see what happened to his grandfather.
and he was just looking at the ceiling. And then Little Willie called Dr. Smith, and then he added to $500. And then he entered a race, and he was winning in the first. And then Little Willie's dog Searchlight fell down, and then Stone Fox, that main character in the story, helped them, and then both of them read the final line.
Actually, Searchlight dies.
That's the yeah.
Like Searchlight dies
Give
from a heart
things
attack.
away though. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear so many of you are loving your books. We've got 2 more weeks to finish reading those. You'll read it and turn in your book report on Bright Thinker before Christmas break, which is about 2 weeks and 2 days away.
And also, I have another question.
I'll have just my book report group, my reading group stay with me now. The people staying with me for reading groups today, not book report group, are Drisha, Rashi, Saisanab, Darshika, and Krish. Everybody else, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
And Drisha's
Bye. Yeah, Drisha's going to have to leave early.
The hospital.
In the Kahoot, you said
Bye, Mr. Gardner.
I can stay
Bye,
a little
Nessa.
longer. I can stay a little longer because it's just 1:15.
Okay. Sounds good.
Miss Gardner, can I tell you something?
Yes, Krish.
Can I tell you something? You said physical things and conditions such as soil and air climate. You said it was an environment. An ecosystem is all the living things.
I'll take a look at it, Krish.
Because that's what it says in the notes. You can read the notes. Actually.
Okay. Yes, I believe you. I guess I had made a mistake on the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got confused. I was at the right answer.
That makes sense.
I really just want
Go ahead and read from the Chocolate Touch, and I need everybody else to head out who's not in this group. So, Sai, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Did you have
You also
something to share
said in
before?
your